What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest character here, being Echo, joining the Young Avengers team now, rounding them out into the full 5-team squad. So as you guys can see, this is really going to be the finishing piece to turn the Young Avengers into a war defense powerhouse with Echo. As you can see, she has frequent attacks. Her specialty is actually going to be retaliating against enemies who attack the allies. And as well, she's also going to prevent enemy assists and boost damage for the fellow Young Avenger allies. That being said, we are going to do a RedStar Orb opening video here for you guys with the increase in 15%, and as well take a look at her kit and T4 recommendations preliminary. So starting things off, I always do like to take a chance here just to say that, take a look at the RedStar Orbs and make sure that it does show our icon, but just to ensure that the percentage is applicable, make sure you go through here, hit the additional eye for details, scroll to the bottom. I usually like to aim for the 2, and you can see here that the 15% is in effect right now. So that means it is currently in play, and we can take full advantage of this promo. So that being said, you guys, I do like to aim for a 2 red or a 3 red for these new events. We are saving a lot of these red orbs right now just because there's a lot of characters coming out with these patches, especially with Morbius right around the corner, and who knows what the next legendary will look like. So we're just going to open a few here, aiming for a 2 or 3 red. I'm not going to go too crazy on these guys today. So unfortunately no Echo yet, but I mean those at least add to the duplicates, which then filter later on for our Elite Force that we can use. Darn, thought I got lucky there with the purple. Again though, it's going to be some duplicates, which is working hand in hand for us in the future. Perfect, a 2 red. You know what, we'll do one more. Again, I'm not too crazy about this team just because they are a war defense team, and really you need the rest of the Young Avengers to be effective as well. I don't actually have them built up, but there you guys have it. Opened up 7 orbs, I believe, and got the 3 red, which is exactly what I want. I'm pretty happy with that for now. Let's take a look at her kit now and T4s. So first, starting off her basic Avenge Without Fear. Essentially, she attacks the primary target for 75% damage, and she also gets an additional chance here to bonus attack. And as well, with this attack, this is the one that's going to have an extra crit chance, so she'll be able to scale a lot higher if that critical hit actually lands. By leveling this ability up, you can see here the damage overall increases to the primary and secondary targets. By level 6, this is the really good value one because it ensures that she always does have the additional bonus attack. T4 will boost her damage output for the primary and secondary. So this is really icing on the cake. I wouldn't recommend upgrading it just now because T4 upgrades, there's a lot of characters coming out. Stopping at level 6 is a good compromise right now for value, especially if you're trying to save up materials. Tonfa Bash is her special. Essentially, she's attacking the primary target for 100% damage. She also has a chance to once again chain to another target within 2 spaces, dealing less damage, but that chain attack does help out, especially when you're trying to spread damage. Additionally, with this attack though, it's similar to the basic where she gains that critical hit chance there, but as well also applying evasion to herself. On war defense, this attack does change up in the sense that, in fact, it actually targets only the most injured enemy, ignoring the taunt. So really good if you want to take down that enemy that you're focused on, regardless if they have the taunt. As you can see, by leveling this ability up, damage and overall secondary target damage does increase as well. And the notable one is going to be the T4 here, as you can see, with the sizable increase to the primary target of 90% and the 50% increase as well to secondary, chaining up to 2 targets, whereas the level 5 only gives you a chance of 1 to 2. So especially this one, this is going to deal the most damage in her abilities, I believe, next to her ultimate. So definitely would consider T4ing if you plan on using her heavily. She's going to get a lot of damage in the output with the synergizing with the Young Avengers on defense. Debilitating Brawl is her ultimate, and as you can see, she's going to attack the prime target once again for the main damage, rebounding again to chain targets. As you can see, this actually does break this chain if there is a counterattack. However, it can't be blocked or dodged. Leveling this ability up, you can see it actually chains up to a lot of targets here, especially with the level 5, level 6. It's up to 3 to 4 targets, additionally also applying a slow. And if they don't have a slow, this is really nice. It actually reduces the character's speed bar by 25%, so I almost don't want it to actually actually apply the slow, because this reduction in turn meter is really effective. Anytime you have a character that can impact speed, you're going to have a really notable advantage, especially when this is a turn-based game. So the T4 here actually does chain up to 4 to 6 targets, and once again, similar to the special, sizable increases to the primary and secondary targets. So definitely this is an ability worth noting for T4, and just because the spreading of damage, it's more powerful than the special, but they're both worthy of recommendations in terms of upgrading if you plan on bringing her damage output and maximizing that offensive capability. Last but not least, Perfect Mimicry is her passive here, and on spawn you can see that she's going to give that notable benefit of defense up to herself and the Young Avenger allies. And keep in mind, this is not applicable to war, right? So I mean, it's all game modes whenever they have the Young Avenger allies present, so that's really nice to know. Whenever any enemy attacks the Young Avenger, she's also going to retaliate. Unfortunately, on blind, she does gain slow, so that's something to be mindful of. She additionally also gains 10% damage if there's any skilled enemies, so very notable against skilled Avengers, especially if you're up against them in war. But you can see here, as this ability goes up, she's going to be able to actually reduce the enemy assist chance by 50%, so this is notable against the Infinity Watch allies, especially when all they do is assist on the chance. So as long as she's not blinded, she's going to have that active. She's also going to gain raw damage for herself and Young Avenger allies, especially when they get attacked. And last but not least, with the level 4, you get the defense up for 2 turns, and if she's not blinded, 100% decrease for the assist. So this is really good value, but I always recommend T4s on passive abilities, just because you can see here that extra attack for 250% damage and a raw 15% increase in damage for both her and the Young Avengers. And keep in mind, this is not applicable just to war. This is across the board. So this is making the Young Avengers a very powerful team with this raw increase in damage overall, especially with her being able to retaliate and combine that with her devastating special and ultimate ability. So hope this video is able to give you guys a quick overview of Echo, because you know, it's always exciting to see these new characters being added, but there's plenty of changes coming. Look forward to sharing more videos with you guys. Thank you as always for checking it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.